Hi students, in the last class we discussed about the TCA cycle, and within the TCA cycle energy production is occurred. The energy in the form of NADH plus H plus FADH2, and there is in substrate level phosphorylation. It's nothing but GTP production is occurred. The GTP is equals to 1 GTP is equals to 1 ATP. See, coming to the energy production by glucose. So if the glucose undergoes that oxidation process, within that oxidation process, one glucose molecule complete oxidation process, 38 ATPs production takes place. 38 ATPs production takes place. So how the 38 ATPs are produced by the complete oxidation of glucose? So we know the glucose molecules once enter into the TCA cycle, once enter into the cytoplasm of the cell, the very first step is the glycolysis. So within that glycolysis process, there is an we know about that glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. The glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate is converted into 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate. Within that step, 1 NADH plus H plus production takes place. So here 2 molecules of glyceraldehyde 2-phosphates are produced. Then here 2 molecules of NADH plus H plus production takes place. 2 molecules of NADH plus H plus production takes place. Remember, within the cell cytoplasm, this is the mitochondria, right? This is the nucleus, right? So within the cell cytoplasm, NADH plus H plus is produced. That one is equals to the 2 ATP. So within the cell cytoplasm, producing NADH plus H plus, involved in the production of 2 ATPs. Totally here 2 NADH plus H plus are produced. 2 into 2, 4. So here, by the glycolysis process, by the NADH plus H plus, here 4 ATPs production takes place. And next one is the ATP production. We know about that 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate is there, right? That one is converted to that 3-phosphoglycerate, right? 1 ATP production takes place. Then phosphoenol pyruvate is converted into pyruvate. Another ATP production takes place. So here 1 molecule, here 1 glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate molecules, 2 ATPs are produced. Then 2 glyceraldehyde 3-phosphates are there. Then 4 ATPs are produced. So what I am telling here this is nothing but the substrate level phosphorylation. Within that glycolysis process, there is a substrate level phosphorylation will be occurred. See, that substrate level phosphorylation involved in the production of 4 ATPs. Totally within the glycolysis, how many number of only ATPs production takes place? Only ATPs. 4 ATPs. So within the glycolysis process, or by the glycolysis process, the total number of ATPs are 8. Remember, the total number of ATPs are produced by the glycolysis process 8. Only ATPs production by the substrate level phosphorylation, 4 ATPs are produced. These are direct ATPs. But indirectly, NADH plus H plus also involved in the ATP production. So this is the indirect process, this is the direct process, right? So within that glycolysis process, how many number of ATPs are produced? 8 ATPs are produced, right? So just this is the first step. I will discuss again. One part is there. The investment phase is also there. We have to discuss. Last we'll discuss about that investment, and next one is that link reaction. See, link reaction is the connecting reaction. So here one of the reaction linking that glycolysis pathway and the TCA cycle, that one is called as link reaction. Within that link reaction, remember here NADH plus H plus is there. That NADH plus H plus production is occurred by the link reaction. Remember, the NADH plus H plus production done by the link reaction. Very simple. The pyruvate is converted into the acetyl-CoA. There is a pyruvate dehydrogenase enzyme is there. That enzyme involved in the production of NADH plus H plus. So end of the glycolysis, we have the two pyruvate molecules. We have the two pyruvate molecules. Then the two pyruvate molecules are converted into two acetyl-CoAs. So within that case, the two acetyl-CoAs production involved in the two NADH plus H plus production. Two NADH plus H plus production. See that NADH plus H plus, that NADH plus H plus involved in the production of 6 ATPs. Sir, you said here NADH plus H plus 2 here, and that one involved in the 2 ATPs. 1 NADH plus H plus. Here I mentioned 2 ATPs. Here 1 NADH plus H plus, I mentioned 3 ATPs. So what is the difference? This one is also NADH plus H plus, this one is also NADH plus H plus. Remember, see the NADH plus H plus present within the cytoplasm, that one is equals to the 2 ATPs. Whatever that NADH plus H plus which are present inside the mitochondria, that one is equals to the 3 ATPs. That one is equals to the 3 ATPs. So present in cytoplasm equals to 2 ATPs. Present inside the mitochondria, that one is equals to 3 ATPs. See, I will explain that mechanism when we are discussing about the electron transport chain. Now this is not the right time to discuss about that point, but remember, cytoplasm NADH plus H plus equals to 2 ATPs. Mitochondria contains that NADH plus H plus equals to 3 ATPs. So here, link reaction producing NADH plus H plus. See, we know that pyruvate dehydrogenase is one of that membrane bound enzyme that is present inside that mitochondrial membrane. So the conversion takes place. Then the pyruvate is converted into acetyl-CoA. Acetyl-CoA is entered to the inside the mitochondria, right? So that is about the link reaction. Link reaction produces here 6 ATPs, right? And last one is the TCA cycle. We know about the TCA cycle. In the last class we discussed about that TCA cycle. Here, within one cycle, here 3 NADH plus H plus production takes place, right? One FAD, I'm talking about one cycle, right? Within one cycle, 3 NADH plus H plus production takes place. Okay, one FADH2 production takes place, and one GTP. GTP is nothing but here ATP. GTP is equals to the ATP, right? So this is about that one cycle. See, we have the 2 acetyl-CoAs, 2 cycles are occurs. We have the 2 acetyl-CoAs, 2 cycles are occurs. So one cycle is 3, 2 cycles are 6. 6 into 3. See, 1 NADH plus H plus equals to 3 ATPs. 6 into 3 is equals to the 18 ATPs, right? FADH2, here there is an FADH2 is there. 2 into 2. FADH2 is equals to 1 FADH2 is equals to 1 FADH2 is equals to the 2 ATPs. 1 FADH2 is equals to the 2 ATPs. So here FADH2, okay, how many number of FADH2 are produced? 2 FADH2s are produced. One cycle is 1 FADH2. 2 cycles are occurs. 2 FADH2s are produced. So here, total number of ATPs are 4. And one cycle produces 1 GTP, that is the GTP is equals to the ATP. So here, one cycle, 1 GTP. GTP is equals to ATP. Totally 2 acetyl-CoAs, 2 cycles are takes place, right? So ATPs are 2. So 2 ATPs are produced. 2 ATPs are produced. So this is about the total energy produced by that complete oxidation of glucose. So within the glycolysis, 8 ATPs are produced. Within the link reaction, 6 ATPs are produced by the NADH plus H plus. Here 18 ATPs are produced, right? FADH2, 4 ATPs are produced. See, within that TCA cycle, the GTP production, that is nothing but ATP, right? 2 ATPs are produced. The total number of ATPs are 38 ATPs. All of you remember the complete oxidation of glucose. The complete oxidation of glucose, how many number of ATPs are produced? 38 ATPs production takes place. We know within that glycolysis process there is an investment is there. Okay, one of that glucose is converted into glucose 6-phosphate, then fructose 6-phosphate is converted into fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. In these two phases, 2 ATPs are utilized, so minus 2. Okay, minus 2 ATPs. So minus 2 ATPs. Here the net gain ATPs are 36 ATPs. This is the net gain. Net gain is a 36 ATPs, right? So that is about that complete oxidation of glucose. 38 ATPs are produced. Net gain of, okay, once the glucose oxidation is completed, the net gain ATPs are 36 ATPs. The net gain ATPs are 36 ATPs. So this is one of the important bit, complete oxidation of glucose. How many number of ATPs are produced? Okay, once the glucose molecule is completely oxidized, the net gain ATPs are 36 ATPs. Within that, the glycolysis process, total number of ATPs production, right? 8 ATPs production. Net gain of glycolysis ATPs, 6 ATPs are produced. Within the link reaction, by one glucose molecule, how many number of ATPs are produced? 6 ATPs are produced. By the NADH plus H plus, okay, total number of ATPs are produced from one glucose molecule. Here, see, 18 ATPs are produced. See, sometimes asking like this, okay, within one TC cycle, amount of energy, one TC cycle, amount of energy, that is nothing but, we know NADH plus H plus. Okay, one cycle, 3 NADH plus H plus. 3 into 3, 9. Right. 1 FADH2. 1 FADH2. 1 into 2. Right? 2 ATPs. Right. 1 ATP, that is nothing but GTP. 1 into 1, 1. Right. Total 12 ATPs. So within one TCA cycle, the number of ATPs are 12. Within one TCA cycle, the number of ATPs are 12. So this is about the very important area. From this area, so many times are given bits. Okay, maybe the complete oxidation, maybe the net gain, right? Maybe the one TCA cycle, maybe the one glycolysis pathway. Okay, glycolysis. Okay, here one started and with the 2-pyruvate, there is no deviation here. But mostly one TCA cycle, right? One link reaction or 2 link reactions, right? See, TCA cycle, within the TCA cycle, total, this is the total. This is one TCA cycle. Okay, here TCA cycle total means one glucose molecule involved in the oxidation process. Within the TCA cycle, how many number of ATPs are produced by the glucose molecule? Then we have to count 2 cycles. We have to count the 2 cycles, right? So that is about that energy production by the glucose molecule. Remember, this is also called oxidation of glucose. Oxidation of glucose molecule, right? Produces the total number of ATPs are 38. Net gain is 36, right? This is one of the easy trick to memorize the compounds which are produced in the TCA cycle. Whatever the compounds which are produced in the TCA cycle, the remembrance means how to remember. Most of the students ask me, sir, how to remember that components, which one comes first, which one comes second, right? See, that is very, very difficult. See, if we follow the one pattern, last time also I given keep pots clean, right? Otherwise family will get sick or family will get sick. That is one of the order, right? We discussed about in the plant kingdom, right? Coming to the TC cycle also, there is a same pattern is there. See, this is also very easy to remember. Most of the students are familiar about the cricket, right? So here, cricket, see, the very first word is the cricket, right? So the cricket, the word indicates here C. Here this one is the C. So the C indicates here citrate. The first one is the citrate. Again C. See, the next C indicates here cis aconitate. The next one indicates here cis aconitate. See, I indicates here isocitrate. I indicates here isocitrate. See, O indicates here oxalosuccinate. O indicates here oxalosuccinate. Right. K indicates here alpha ketoglutarate. Right. See, S indicates here succinyl CoA. S indicates here succinyl CoA. Again S, succinate. F indicates here fumarate. S indicates here fumarate. M indicates here malate. M indicates here malate. Right? O indicates here. See OAA, oxalic acid. Right? Oxaloacetic acid. Right? So this is about that compounds which are produced by the TCA cycle. Compounds which are produced by the TCA cycle. So here what I am telling, if we remember, Cricket Club of India often keeps smart secretary for main office. See, this is the one word. If we remember this word, then the compounds are very easy. And compounds are very easy. So Cricket Club of India often keeps smart secretary for main office. So every first word, okay, here every first word, C, citrate, C, cis-aconitate, I, isocitrate, O, oxalosuccinate, K, alpha-ketoglutarate, S, succinyl CoA, S, succinate, F, fumarate, M, malate, C, O, right, OA, oxaloacetate, right? So that is about that compounds which are produced within the TCA cycle. So this is a very easy trick. This is the order. Then if we remember this order, then we can easily identify which product is produced at where. So NADH plus H plus production, GTP production, FADH2 production. So very easy to remember if we remember this order, right? That is about the trick to memorize the TCA cycle compounds, right? Coming to the next one is the amphibolic reactions or anaerobic reactions of TCA cycle. So what is amphibolic reactions? Amphi indicates here 2. See, we know that glucose oxidation is in catabolism. Catabolism only involved in the energy production, right? But if we discuss about the metabolism, there is definitely 2 phases are there. One is called as catabolism, other one is called as anabolism, right? So one of the TCA cycle involved in the oxidation of glucose molecules, right? That is nothing but catabolism. So catabolism, as per the first statement, it's only involved in the energy production. That is nothing but ATP production. But see, this is the TCA cycle also involved in the some product synthesis, especially involved in the amino acid synthesis, involved in that heme synthesis process, right? So different types. So what I'm telling here, catabolism also involved in some biomolecule synthesis, That's the reason why that kind of cycles or that kind of reactions which are considered as amphibolic pathway. Amphi indicates here 2 indicates here both catabolism and the anabolism. See, these reactions or these cycles also called anaplerotic cycle or anaplerotic reactions. They are also called anaplerotic cycle or anaplerotic cycle, right? See, that is about that heading, right? Amphibolic pathway or anaplerotic reactions or anaplerotic cycle. So we know acetyl CoA condensed with that oxaloacetate, it produces the citrate. See, this is the one of the important intermediate for the synthesis of fats. See, we know within that cell fat synthesis takes place, right? So the fat synthesis done by that intermediate of the citrate involved in the fatty acid synthesis process followed by that sterol synthesis. So if the fatty acid molecules are accumulated, which are furtherly converted into that sterols, we know about the cholesterol is one type of the sterol. So fats and cholesterol synthesis done through the citrate. Citrate is the intermediate structure, right? So the citrate is converted into that alpha ketoglutarate. Here there is an amino acids are there. Amino acid synthesis will be takes place. Remember that amino acids also involved in the purine synthesis. We know about that nucleic acids. There is an purines are there and pyrimidines are there, right? So the purine ring synthesis also requires some of the amino acids. So the alpha ketoglutarate involved in the purine synthesis. That is nothing but amino acids are synthesized. The amino acids also involved in the purine synthesis, right? And succinyl CoA involved in the heme synthesis. We already discussed See, the reason succinyl CoA is there. Succinyl CoA is one of that intermediate structure for the synthesis of the heme. Whatever that ferrule rings are there, the heme ferrule rings are synthesized by that succinyl CoA, and the glycine amino acid is also required for the synthesis of the heme, right? So the heme, we know about that heme is the very important part for that RBC, hemoglobin structure, that one involved in the transportation of oxygen, right? So succinyl CoA involved in that heme synthesis process, right? The succinyl CoA also involved in the we know the succinyl CoA within the TCA cycle malate formation or malate synthesis. That malate involved in the pyruvate production. Malate directly produces the pyruvate. In certain cases, malate is converted into the pyruvate, right? So there is one pathway is there. The pathway is different from the TCA cycle. This one is also called shuttle pathway, but that is not included in our syllabus. Definitely, is there any time is there for us, and we'll discuss, right? So here malate is converted into the pyruvate, right? See, in general cases, malate is converted into the oxaloacetate. Malate is converted into the oxaloacetate. We know again oxaloacetate condensed with acetyl CoA citrate production. Remember, sometimes the pyruvate is converted into oxaloacetate, right? So here, from pyruvate to pyruvate is converted into oxaloacetate, right? Here malate is converted into pyruvate. So this is the different pattern, right? See here oxaloacetate involved in the aspartate production. Oxaloacetate involved in the aspartate production. Aspartate involved in the amino acid production. We know that the amino acids, right? Aspargine and aspartate, right? See that aspartate involved in that amino acid production. That amino acids also involved in these amino acids also involved in the synthesis of purine rings and the synthesis of pyrimidine rings. Synthesis of purine rings and the synthesis of pyrimidine rings, right? That is about that different types of anaperiodic reactions or amphibolic pathway of TCA cycle. So what is the main theme is TCA cycle not only involved in the ATP production, TCA cycle also involved in the production of different types of products like fat synthesis, sterol synthesis, amino acid synthesis, purine synthesis, right? Heme synthesis, right? Here amino acid synthesis, pyrimidine ring synthesis, purine ring synthesis. So here this is nothing but anabolism. So the TCA cycle exhibit both catabolism and the anabolism, right? That's the reason why this one is called as amphibolic pathway, right?